my teacher and just jot down work, fling down, do it. Me have to do that. Also for my teachers. I just notes alone me if you write down. Me can me do me do two already. When me go down I me do another one. And then another one long. Okay. Me not hear nothing so
Good afternoon, Miss.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is your captain speaking. I see that, as usual, most are hiding away from sir.
Sir, me not hide with fire, sir. None of us is hiding away from you.
It looks like you're hiding because I'm not seeing anybody.
It's just that we don't turn on our cameras.
That's what hiding is. Don't you think, Dejane?
Sir, everybody I mix up my name, sir. Sir, it's not Dejane, sir.
I said Dejane.
Sir, it's not Dejane, it's Dejane, sorry.
It's so you don't know your own name. If I slap you, you see.
Hey, sir, sorry, I mix up my gate.
If I hear your name, I mix up it much more me. Oh my.
No, sir, you said Dejane and a Dejane.
All right, Dejane. All right, Dejane. You're going to pray for us today to start our class.
Okay, so whenever anybody is ready.
All right. So we're just going to wait 2 more minutes and then we start.
Okay, sir.
All right, Dejane, you may begin.
Okay, sir. Dear Heavenly and Mighty Father, Lord, thank you for this. Thank you for this. Thank you for allowing us to enter into a fresh week. Lead us in your ways and fill our hearts with love and joy. Help us to see others as you see them. I ask that you guide us and protect us, Lord. Give us strength, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, Lord. Bless us, Lord, and pour out your anointings on us, Lord. Protect us from all bad and wicked that may encounter us, Lord. Please lead us into the right path, Lord. Please, Lord, help us to make the right decisions, Lord. Dear Lord, come into our hearts and fill our heart with faith and hope so that any struggles that we are facing, you may help us through it, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for every single thing and every single one. In your precious name I pray, amen.
Amen. All right. So, since this looks like the hiding class, I can't believe
Seven
that
on the camera soon.
can't believe that this is the hiding class. I can't believe it. Oh my.
Why not hide? It's just that I don't know, but I don't want to turn on my camera, sir. For
Don't
some
worry.
reason.
Yeah.
Sir,
Can't
when
believe
school
it.
I go see we every day, sir. So
And I won't see you every day.
oh I forget.
I won't see you every day. I'll be all the way on the third form block. Yeah,
Okay,
most
so
times. But I'll see most of you
most.
I'll come down to look for you. Yeah.
Sir, I'm going to turn on my camera soon.
All right.
I
I
just
saw who I just say Lashana. Lashana gone back in hiding. All right. So today we are going into the concept of who am I, and Lashana laugh after me. Oh no. Lashana, so you deal with me? No, sir. All right. I'm going to invite Wilson. So Wilson, so you're going to read the first paragraph on screen. L. Wilson.
Yes, sir.
You're going to read the first paragraph on screen for us, please.
Sir, the Wi-Fi bumped me off, sir.
Okay.
Many years ago, I remember my second graduation, which was about to usher me into my secondary school education. I can still hear the guest speaker's words echoing in my ear. I am somebody, which he had us repeating several times as though we didn't know we were indeed individuals. Looking back now, I can totally see the depth of his heroic
Rhetoric.
speech as the point he was driving home was that we are all very unique beings.
Yes, so we are all very unique individuals. Go ahead and type in the chat. Tell me something that is unique about you. In the chat, tell me something that's unique about you. So you can either send it privately or public it so that everyone can see it. Go ahead and tell me something that's unique about you. All right, so personality, creativity. All right, Lashana says she likes porridge. Shaquille loves food. Okay, and you're 5'2", personality and athletics from Rian.
Sir,
Yes.
privately, sir. Why you read it out?
But you never you send it publicly, you just send it in the chat. It wasn't direct. You said that everybody can see it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you'd have to click on my name to send it to me
Sir, I did that. It
by
says
myself.
direct message.
Oh, my apologies. It's because I'm on two different devices.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
sir.
why. Okay. All right. My apologies. I
Sir,
love to dance.
I love gymnastics.
You don't know what you
Sir,
love?
sir,
I
Yes,
love
sir.
gymnastics, football.
sir, I like gymnastics and I like to dance.
All right.
Sir,
Yes.
sir,
Yes.
can I tell you mine?
Yes.
I love gymnastics, I love to dance, and I love to sing, and I love babies.
Oh, okay. You love babies. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm getting them. All
Sir, I
right.
mean, I love to play with babies.
Sir, and I also I love to go to church and spend time with my family.
And watch
Oh,
TikToks or do TikToks.
okay. All right. Nice. Okay. So everybody is blessed with their different unique talents and skills and the things that they enjoy doing. Some people love football. Some people like to play um what's that? Free fly.
Is there a free flyer? Free
No, sir,
wait,
it's free
free
fire.
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 Yes, sir. I
Fire.
made a
Free fire.
mistake. Free fire.
Oh, because I was one that sounds strange to me. I couldn't be that old. All right. So the only person I'm seeing is what? I'm seeing Shaquille. So Shaquille is going to read the next part of it for us. Shaquille, go ahead.
So start from despite.
Yeah, man, despite.
Despite our own individual uniqueness, we have aspects of our personality which are common to all. Let's explore each of them together. Physical health, sexual health, emotional self, social cultural self, moral self, and spiritual self.
All right, beautiful reading, Shaquille. So we are going to be looking at the aspects of the self. So we have in total listed there 6, and today we're going to be looking at 4 of them. Next week we will look at the other 2. All right. So let's go straight into the physical self. Now, who, let me ask, Jaden, tell me some parts of the physical self. Jaden Hyatt? All right, Jaden looks like he is lost. Jaden Blake.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're here. So tell me some aspects, some parts of the physical self. What are some things that make up the
Sir, could
physical self?
you repeat?
What are some things that make up the physical self? Describe the physical self. All right, Jaden looks like he's on a hiatus. All right, let us hear from Ariana? Ariana Palmer? Oh, I am breaking up. Oh, but I don't feel any pain. So I guess I'm okay. All right. Who's going to tell me about the physical self? Just raise your hand. Kayla,
Yes, sir.
you want to tell us about the physical self?
It's like your outer beauty, like your face, etc.
So like it couldn't be like your inner beauty, like your heart and your lungs and your brain and so.
No, I don't know.
You don't, yeah, okay, you're not sure. All right.
Yes, can I answer?
Not yet, Dejane. Let me hear from Lashana.
Okay, sir.
Sir, as someone said, it's your outer beauty, but it wouldn't be inner. I would say it's the outer parts of your body.
All right. All right. Shaquille. All right, let me hear from you now, Dejane. Dejane. All right. She looks like she's busy. Ashamar. All right. So the physical self deals with,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
I didn't realize that I was muted.
Oh, all right. Go ahead quickly then.
Sir, it refers mainly to the body, sir.
All right. Yeah. So it refers mainly to the body, the
Sir,
physical.
like,
Yes.
sir, like your physical ability and appearance.
Yeah. So your appearance. So what everything look like that they can touch. So your face, your brain, your heart, your lungs, every part that is tangible, meaning that it can be touched, is a part of the physical self. So your teeth, your tongue, your eye, your nose, your
Sir,
mouth,
yeah,
your lip. You can't touch your what?
your brain.
Oh, that's what you think. So your brain is invisible.
Sir, only way you can touch your body is like surgery, so.
Yeah, but that means you can still touch it. It's a part of the physical self.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I just joined. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Sir
If
is
you,
talking about the physical
so I'm talking about the physical self. All right, Bria, Anna.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we're talking about the aspects of the self. So even though you cannot touch your brain at this very moment, and you can't touch the blood that flows through your veins, or you can't even touch your vein itself presently, that doesn't mean that it's not a part of your physical self. It is a part of your physical self, because the fact that you can touch it means that it is physical, tangible, right? It is a part of your appearance. All
Excuse
right?
me, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So you're
Yes.
saying that your digestive system would be a part of your physical self?
Definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, man. So anything that you can touch that is a part of your body is a part of your physical self. Yeah. And you notice that the opposite of the physical self is the spiritual self. Yeah. So that means with the spiritual self now, you can't touch anything in the spirit. Not at all. All right. So that's the physical self. Now, when we look at this physical self, we realize that a very critical part of the physical self occurs during an important stage in the life of young people. What is this stage called? Go ahead and type it
Puberty.
in the chat if you know. Type it in the chat if you know the answer. If you know the answer, type it in the chat. Right. All right. So if you know the answer, you type it in the chat. Good, 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 good. So puberty. All right. Let's read what's on screen. So the physical self covers all parts of the body, such as the face, the chest, the arms, and others, like your heart, your lungs, your kidneys. The body experiences significant changes, and we realize that this occurs during puberty. Now, it is going to be critical how you treat your body, especially once it makes that transition from childhood going into adolescence, which is where you will be experiencing puberty and into your teenage years, because the body becomes at this point very hormonal. All right, so your hormones begin to rage and rush and kick. Yeah, and as a result you begin to produce that much more sweat excretion. You begin to produce that much more excretion. So taking regular showers is going to be important, and of course using the proper sanitation techniques. So your roll on, your perfume, your toothpaste, your toothbrush, um, your floss, all of those things become important, especially for your hair. Your hair begins to grow that much faster. So it requires much more care. The boys begin to grow facial hair for some of them, and also chest hair. The girls begin to grow hair under their arms as well as the boys. So a lot of changes begin to take place. All right, which will now take us into looking at the next aspect of the self, which is the sexual self. Now, in the sexual self, we talk about the state of being identified as a particular gender. Now, the customary designation for gender is either male or female. So once we see that term on a form, sex, we know they are asking us to identify if we are male or female. Yeah? Go ahead and identify your gender in the chat. Let me see if you are male or female, because I'm not seeing anybody. All right. Yeah. People identifying themselves. Richard Clark, I don't see you. You haven't identified yourself. And Lewis and Carice Chambers. Oh, you identify yourself quick. Joshua Hall, you haven't identified yourself yet. And Lewis, anybody don't identify themselves, they're going to have to take them out, put them in the waiting room. That means that you don't, unless you don't belong here. Richard? Is there a Richard Clark in this class? Richard? All right, so everybody has identified themselves. Good. At least we know who you are. Micah, why you identify yourself as male so much time? Shaquille identify himself as alien. I wonder how we work that out. Shaquille, you're an alien. Oh, so who are you if you're not an alien? Oh, you're a male. Okay, good. All right. So during puberty, we realize that certain changes begin to take place, right? So our sexual self, in conjunction with our physical self, we begin to experience certain changes, especially as it relates to hormonal changes. And these hormonal changes that we begin to experience, both males and females, affect our emotions. Yeah. And once our emotions begin to be affected, we now need to be able to manage our emotions in a correct way. Now, the management of your emotions in the correct way or the correct format is known as emotional intelligence. So, emotional intelligence is the ability of an individual to manage his or her feelings in such a way that it does not harm himself or herself or others. Right? So it is very important that as young people, you begin to manage the emotions that you have. Sometimes people are going to get you upset. They're going to rub you the wrong way, and you're gonna get upset. But you do not want to say things or do things that is going to leave you um, getting into trouble, right? If somebody comes and let me ask you this question now. So if somebody were, let's say, supposed to just come and they start picking on you, they start troubling you, what would you do? If you want to respond to the question, just indicate by raising your hand. All right, Dejana, I'm giving you permission to speak now. So go ahead.
Sir, it depends, cause sometimes I will like avoid arguments, but sometimes when I'm really upset, sir, it just seems that I can't avoid it, that I get myself in trouble sometimes.
Yeah. So it is at these times when we feel as though we cannot manage ourselves that it becomes very critical that we do, because if we do the wrong thing, then we are going to have a lot of challenges. So we need to ensure that we manage our emotions properly, because if we don't, we're going to end up in problems. Yeah. And we know that we can go to jail because we may hurt people or people may hurt us. And it's quite possible that, as this man in the chat right about kickboxing, when him a kick on a box and beat up people picking it, and them parents file charges against him for assault and battery, and him end up a jail, what do you think is going to happen to him? He's going to stay there and serve the consequences of his actions. So it's very important that you do not do things that is going to cost you the rest of your life on earth here. I thought I saw Lashana's hand earlier. All right, so I'm giving you permission to speak now, Lashan. Nah, you may go ahead.
No, sir, I was just asking what was the question.
Okay, so now that you know the question, you're not supposed to give me the answer. Yeah, I don't like you anymore, you know. All right, Ariana, over to you. And Ariana, Lashana coming back to you for my answer, you know.
Sir, I would most likely avoid the argument, or I tell a grown up, because I don't like conflicts or drama.
Yeah. So the best idea is that we find somebody who is responsible, find an adult to report the situation to, because we do not want to take matters into our own hands, because if we do that, it doesn't mean that it's going to end well or end in our favor. And you may start out by having the right, as in the person was the one who actually got you upset and did trouble you, but then you may go ahead and start kickbacks and thump and all these things like what Micah is saying. And then what that leads to is you losing your rights altogether. And it doesn't mean that the person who started the offense is the one who will suffer the main consequences. So it's very important our reaction to things. Um, Brianna Cockett, your time.
Sir, I'm like a person who has mood swing. So if you come to me the wrong time, it's gonna cause a problem. Cause one of my moods is if I'm listening to music and you come to me, I will just like pretending I'm not hearing anything that you say. But if you come to me when I'm just coming out of a mad mood swing, it's not gonna be nice.
Okay. So you know how you are. So when you know that you're coming out of your that swing, you ensure that you're not around people, right? Because what if two persons coming out of this swing, and then you know how that goes? Because that may not end well for either of you. So you know your personality, you know yourself, you know what are your triggers. So you will have to work to avoid these triggers. You will have to work to avoid certain situations. And even when they arise, you have to practice. Some persons may need to count to 10. Some persons may need to count to 100. Some persons may need to just run away and leave the situation. And others may just need to don't say a word, like my friend, I won't call her name right now. Yes, Joshua, over to you, Joshua.
Sir, I'm known as a pacifist, but when the problem goes to a really high level, sir, I'll do what they call the 3 levels of revenge. First, I study my enemy, know their weaknesses, then strike right where it hurts.
Okay, but be wary that when you are studying your enemy is studying you too. And I don't think that as young people that we should be having enemies. I mean, your mind is far too young to be concocting those kind of plans, Joshua. You need to behave. Let me hear from Lashana.
Sir, I'm one of those people who it depends on the type, it depends on what they do or what they say, in which I will decide if I'm going to say something back or I'm just going to walk away.
Okay, so you allow people to dictate what you say and when you say it.
Uh yeah, not really.
But that's what you said just now.
Uh,
So your response will be based on what the other person say.
yes.
No, that should never be. That is where you are allowing your emotions to control you. It shouldn't be that what people say allows you to make a response. It should be because you want to make the response, not because you are incited by what they say. It should always be a decision that you make. So it shouldn't come down to, oh, because he did that, I did that. No, that's not very good at all. That's
So
not good reasoning.
sir, I should
Yeah.
take it. Sir, I should take it and then go to the teacher and the teacher don't do anything and then the person. Eh, yes, sir.
Yeah. So don't let it be because um the situation is escalating and you feel as though you're losing the battle, why you need to add words, because adding fuel to the fire only makes a bigger fire. and you will never know who will get burnt the most. So sometimes it's best to just walk away and leave the situation as it stands, because you don't know if you're going to come out on the bitter end, or if you are going to come out on the bitter end, because it's never a win-win situation in an argument. Nobody wins an argument. You may feel as though, yeah, you won, but you leave with your emotions hurt. You leave with your character tarnished. So it's always best to do the right thing and leave those sort of things for others. And remember, arguments don't put money in your pocket. Yeah, arguments take money away from your pocket, because it leads to stress, it leads to heart conditions, it leads to stroke, yeah, all these different kind of things. So you want to avoid stressful situations, yeah, as best as is possible. All right, so go ahead and well, I've disabled the chat and everything, so you won't be able to do anything without my permission. All right, so what I want you to do now, if you want to share an experience that has been happening where you made the right decision, because for you at that point in your life you were displaying good emotional intelligence, then raise your hand. So you want to tell me a situation where, based on what you were experiencing emotionally, you made a right decision. So you were experiencing negative emotions, but you made a right decision. So you were experiencing negative emotions, but then you made a right decision. Anybody? All right, nobody wants to share, no problem. All right, let's go to the next part of it. So I'm saying that if you look on screen now, this is how we transition from a simple act to acts that become habits. So we start out with an it. So we do the act once, and yeah, then we end up doing the act twice or more than 2 times. And then over time, we start doing the act a bit more frequently. And then afterwards, we just take it on as a habit. An example of this would be like hissing your teeth. You know, you start by hissing your teeth to your little sister or your little brother or even to yourself. And then you start hissing it to more and more persons. You start doing it with your friends. And then it becomes so much a habit that you do it to your parents, and then you just get 2 bucks across your face. Or you take it to school and then you hiss your teeth in front of your teacher, and your teacher be like, that boy has no manners, or that girl has no manners. And you're like, so what is she talking about? I mean, it's just something that I do. Nothing is wrong with it, you know? So we have to be mindful of our habits, because once we start to develop habits, they are going to become right in our own eyes, and we are going to start justifying our habits as though they are correct when they may not be, based on the situation that we are in. So we may do these things and not realize and not recognize that, hey, this ought not to be done, because it is a habit for us. So hissing your teeth may be okay in front of your friends, but in front of adults, it is not. And even so, some adults may not say anything about hissing your teeth or anything of the sort. But for others, it's something that is definitely not welcomed. So you have to understand that in any situation that you are, how you are expected to behave, how you are expected to react is going to be important, which takes us to the final part of today's presentation, which is the socio-cultural self. As we look at the emotions that we have and we begin to form habits as a part of our culture, we have to recognize that in every culture, the emotions that we are allowed to express is going to be dependent on the society. The behaviors that we are expected to carry out is going to be different. Now, a good example in Jamaica is that in Jamaica, we have a Western type philosophy where women and men are allowed to walk on the street and hold hands, or men and women are allowed on the street to have conversations and carry on. And if there is dating involved, then men and women are allowed to date openly, right? But if you were in an Islamic country, for example, like in Saudi Arabia, these type of behaviors, this is not the culture. So a woman should not be seen in public speaking to a man who is not her husband or a relative. So a woman should not be just having a male friend and they're out talking to each other and carrying on. That is not accepted at all. If if a woman and a man they're having a relationship, they should not be seen kissing in public, if especially if they are unmarried. And even if they are married, they shouldn't be seen kissing in public places, like on the road. But like maybe like in a restaurant would be um okay. But on the road, that is a no-no, right? Those are things that are culturally unacceptable. If we go to India, for example, now, and we look at the treatment of animals, like in Jamaica, where we stone dogs and treat animals cruelly, in India, that is not something that is culturally acceptable. Instead, if you harm or hurt animals, they have it um, as severe penalties as a part of their constitution. So those things are not allowed. Dejana, what happened to your what's your cousin Shanti? I don't see her today. Yes, Dejana.
Sir, Shanti is not my cousin. She's just my friend, sir.
Oh, so where is she? She not at school today?
Yes, sir. She came at school, but she didn't text me from like 10:06. She was at 10:06.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to ask her what's up. How she not in class? Oh, you would do that. Ask her why she not at class today, and then you can fill her in on what she missed out on. All right.
Okay, sir.
All right. So that brings us to the end of our lesson today. So next class, notice that we have part 2 to do. So next week we will be looking at the moral self and the spiritual self. Anybody want to say something before we go? Anybody want to make a comment before we go? You can do so by raising your hand. All right, Jaden. Yes, Jaden. Jaden?
some trying.
You're breaking up, Jaden. It's breaking up.
Sir?
You're breaking up. We're not hearing what you're saying.
Sir, like it.
Yeah, we're still not hearing what you're saying. All right, Jaden, you need to type what you're saying in the chat. All right. Dejana.
Sir, sir, I enjoyed today's class, sir.
Okay, that's
So
nice.
you seem like a guidance counselor, sir.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Sir,
I am.
It was a
sir,
wonderful day.
you seem like a person that somebody can trust and talk to, sir.
Okay, that's good.
Sir, look into the chat.
Look in the chat. Sir, in India they worship animals. Yeah, they kinda believe that animals are sacred creatures
Sir,
from the
today is
gods,
Charity's birthday.
especially the cow and the snake and the monkeys, right? And the elephants.
So they also
So,
worship elephants.
right, yeah, because they have an elephant god.
Sir, today
I want to wish Kerry
Carrie.
Chambers a happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday to you, my dear. Aren't we going to see the birthday girl? All right, I see that you're some. I'm gonna look for you now, but I don't see you just yet. All right, happy birthday. Go ahead and give me a wave. Yeah, scratch your nose and tell us to wave.
Yes,
So you don't
sir.
wave at people.
Thank you for all your
All right.
thank you
Yeah,
for
happy
all your
birthday.
birthday.
Hope you are enjoying your day so far. Yeah,
Yes,
we,
sir.
we were born in the best month ever, which is November.
No, sir, March is the best month.
Yeah, March your way out of here about March.
Sir, no month is the best.
No month is the best.
October.
You were born in November, you wouldn't be saying
Sir,
that.
no month is the best. You're still born. It's just a month too.
If you
Like
were
a
born in
calendar
November, you
too.
wouldn't
She
be
keep
saying
track
that.
of the
I'm sure.
year.
Brianna, if you
Yes,
were born
sir.
in November, I'm sure you wouldn't be saying that.
Sir,
Sir, I'm not born in November. Sir, I'm a May girl.
That's why you know say no month is the best, cause nothing now go on for nothing now go on
No,
for me.
no, sir.
Nothing now go on for me, poor thing.
No,
You need
sir.
to come into November. Come experience the realness of November.
Sir, I don't
Sir,
want to experience November. I'm glad that I'm born in May.
Oh my. Man.
sir, December is my birthday, sir, but I have a late birthday in December.
Okay. So it's like you're born January.
Sir, I'm alright with December.
Okay. Yeah, man, a November only cut, you know?
Sir, I'm a bit sad because you're born in November.
I
Yes,
already said
sir.
that. November is the best month. Everybody knows
No,
this.
sir. Nobody is the
Yes,
best
sir.
month, sir. What if someone had said that to you, say a different month was the best month? You would react a certain
No,
way.
I would say that that month is the best for them, not for me. But everybody
Exactly.
knows
You
that
say it's the
November is
best,
the best.
sir. You said you're gonna say that. You have to say that November is the best month for you, because other persons think that other months are the best ones. That's just your opinion, not everybody's opinion.
Oh, all right. All right. I'll take your word for it. Happy belated birthday, Lashana, and happy belated birthday, Shaquille. Yeah. Happy belated birthday to Wanda. You're born in May, like like Brianna. So Brianna, see you get company in May there.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So you can start a little May birthday club. Unfortunately, it's just gonna be both of you because most of the people they move into November with me and Caris.
Sir, why you don't stop there?
All right, it's time for you to get to your next class now. So bye.
Yes, sir. And
Bye, sir. I had fun today.
All right, bye.
Sir, before you go, thank you for all your birthday wishes.
All right, thank you. Same to you. My birthday is next week.
Bye.
Yay, me.
Okay,
Bye.
Sir, when is the date of your birthday?
I am not telling you that.
Yes,
It's just
what's
next
the
week. So you can wish me happy birthday all week long. You see how my month nice? I'm getting
No,
birthday wishes
sir,
for the
that's
entire week.
unfair. Sir, that's
I know, right?
unfair.
I'll be able to say I say happy birthday when it comes.
You have to tell us your date.
Bye. I'm gone.